What up, Talkin fight fans? Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the Knuckle Up Knockout of the Week with yours truly, Mike Orr, and my man, Neil the Deal, coming to join me for this wonderful event that we have here. Neil, thanks for coming. Well, we're going to talk.
Thanks a lot, Mike, for having me here. Nice to see you again on the knockout of the week, eh?
Yes,
nice
man.
to have you back on this one. Love
Yeah,
to be with you.
Little hiatus, guys. You know, summertime, things are in the air. New things are happening on the channel. So, you know, we took a little break, but we're back, and we have a good one. The man has gained his confidence back, I believe, after this one. Unveiling Anthony Joshua's brutal knockout of Robert Helenius, last-minute replacement, who took this fight 5 minutes after his last fight on August 5th. So 1 week, really. Brutal KO. Got some pictures, guys, for you. But yeah, let's talk about this one a little bit, Neil. But what were your thoughts on this one?
Well, Mike, like we had talked about earlier on in the week, discussing on the panel, myself, we discussed it a little bit together and stuff. I was a little bit surprised, to be honest with you, that Helenius didn't come out faster in the fight. We thought, I did think too, and I think you did too, that he his best bet would just to be get on him like right away. You know, don't let Joshua get into a rhythm, and you know. But as we watched, he really didn't have any sustained pressure at all during the fight at all. I think it was a bit of a mismatch. Like you said, he had fought 6 days before that, but against a very weak opponent. So this was a big step up for him in
Definitely.
You know, in caliber of fighter, and I think it showed. You know.
Yeah. Well, you know, this is Joshua's first stoppage victory in 2.5 years. You know, this sets up a blockbuster fight with Deontay Wilder that they are talking about. You know, I don't know if Joshua is really ready for this. You know, Helenius is one thing. You know, Wilder, very devastating puncher. He might not have the skills, but he definitely has the hands to do some damage. I believe that in this fight, watching it, you know, honestly, Joshua was just afraid to commit, really. You know, he was working the jab the entire fight. It was great. It was working. It was stopping Helenius, you know, having to make a reset. Helenius couldn't really get going. Plus, Helenius, you know, really wasn't training for this fight. He didn't have any time to prep. So he was taking it cautious. Both guys were taking each other cautious in the beginning. But then, you know, Joshua started to get more comfortable. He was told to double up on his jab. He started to double up on his jab, you know, going downstairs, coming over the top with the right. This is what he was told. It took him a lot to commit to using that right hand and letting it go. And it wasn't until the 7th that when he caught it with a nice double jab, played it high to the head, down to the body, came over the top with the right. And yeah, that was all she wrote. We got some shots. We're definitely going to analyze them here, man, for sure. These ones here, honestly, yeah, here it is. That first jab. That first jab that just sets it up. You know, shot him back in to the ropes. And then, you know, that big giant haymaker. Let's just talk about that.
The overhand right after the double jab, lower upper overhand right. You know what I'm saying, Mike?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, man. This was textbook. This is what his corner man was telling him. You know, you got to let that right hand go, be more confident. But again, man, you know, Joshua's taken a lot of flack in the last little while. Even with that, you know, unanimous decision win over Jermaine, I believe it was Jermaine Franklin. You know, it was lackluster. Let's say it. This one here, you know, he's a little bit back to his old ways, laying people out. It was a brilliant knockout. Like, look at the way Helenius just fell like a ton of bricks. There he is.
Oh, he was out like a ton of bricks. He literally fell like the World Trade Centers. That was it.
Man, he definitely felt like the World Trade Center. Yeah, you know, Joshua afterwards celebrating like a champ. You know what it is, killing it. Big one here, man. He's really pumped.
Yeah. Did he not jump? He jumped out of the ring. Where I think Conor McGregor was there and gave him.
Conor McGregor helped him celebrate with his first shot. So, shout out to Conor McGregor. Good looking out there, buddy. Pours that sip of Guinness right into his mouth. Celebration.
That was hilarious.
7th round knockout. Again, guys, he was on the ground. Look at this. Look at this. He is stiffened.
Yeah, he was not getting up from that, Mike? That was a devastating.
Yeah, that was a devastating blow.
There was no count needed. You know what I mean?
No, there was no count needed whatsoever.
No.
This was out. Good for him. It's nice to see that he got his confidence.
Yeah.
He needed that. He really needed that because
big time.
If he wasn't going to win this, there was nothing left for him really. Where's he going? But this now has set up this wonderful bout. That could go on with Wilder. But I'm not ready to see that yet. That's huge. I think he needs a couple of more fights before he gets in there with that potential fight with Wilder. Joshua joked. He's like, his back's gone. Is the doctor in here? No, it was a joke, man. After the knockout, he was emotionally charged. Joshua climbed out that ring, high-fiving fans, shared the beer with the Irish mixed martial artist star, Conor McGregor. Helenius needed oxygen, guys, after that heavy knockdown, but he recovered and left the ring unassisted after he congratulated Joshua. Big fight. Hey, it was great. Helenius, no joke, bro. The Nordic.
He's still ranked in the top 25, is he not, Mike? Somewhere around there?
He was ranked 23 going into this one.
Right.
Speaking on the number 3 guy.
Yeah, that you know what I mean. It was a big step up for Helenius. You got to give him credit on such a short notice, of course. Right. It was the big shot for him, but I like we said, if Joshua was going to come out with anything, it had to be in this fight. I did think he was a bit slow and very tentative, as you said, for the first 4 or 5 rounds. It was like he was working his jab. Obviously, he was working his jab, but Helenius was staying on the outside because of the reach differential between, 2 inches, I believe, Mike, something like that. So Helenius was aware of that. So I just didn't think Joshua really had that spectacular fight, to be honest with you.
No, it was.
He did eventually get that fantastic, spectacular knockout, as we're talking about here. Yeah. I think it was a mediocre performance overall. And like you said, if he goes up against Wilder, who's he's got hands of stone, almost like Duran.
That's right.
Right, it's going to be a different. Wilder's a way different cat than Helenius, as we all know.
Exactly. The Nordic Nightmare. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guy. It was just not your night, Robert. Sorry.
You got to give him credit, though. He showed up.
Give him credit, man. He showed up. He took that. He was in the ring on August 5th, and then again on the 12th.
Oh yeah.
I give it up to him. Shout out to him. He did look like he gassed out a little bit around round 5. He started getting a little more reluctant to enter that. That exchange.
I noticed he was dropping his hands a lot too after about the 3rd or 4th, as Tim will tell you on the Friday night panel. Keep your hands up. Knuckle up, right, Mike?
That's right, buddy. That's right. You got to knuckle up, man, or you get.
That's it, because once your hands are down. Yeah, once your hands are down by your waist, you're either too tired to lift your arms, or you're just not thinking properly. Because
exactly.
So many fights. I mean, we've seen a couple in the last few weeks, and that was the big difference where the guy just for whatever reason, what fight was that? It was man. We were just talking about it. The guy ended up, he had some problems in the next week. Or was it Cabrera? Cabrera. What was his name? Anyways, he was holding his hand so low for that whole fight. Sorry. That was the problem. Pitbull guy. Pitbull guy. Cruz.
Isaac Cruz.
Yeah. So, anyways. I'm just saying, keep your hands up. If you're going to be in a fight, you got to keep your hands up, or you're basically going to be just, I don't know. It makes no sense to me why you keep your hands down.
Lights go out, buddy. If you don't keep your hands
That's
up,
right.
Lights go out. That's exactly what happens. That's what happened here. Joshua, brutal KO, masterpiece right there. That's
fantastic shot.
That's what we need to see. He needed this first stoppage, 2.5 years. You know what? Maybe it's going to give him a vote of confidence to be able to come in there and start being that animal that he used to be. That's what I'm hoping to see, because, this reluctant to get going and, not letting that right hand go, your bread and butter to knock these guys out. It's not going to work for you, man, if you can't get that recipe together, Joshua. Honestly, I believe you need to be in the ring once more at least before you decide to put your shoes on and jump in there against Wilder, man, because that's a whole different beast. The man can drop people. He might not be able to outbox you, but all he needs is that one hand, and lights out. And I don't think Joshua would be able to bounce back from something like that. I think it'd be a real blow to his ego. It's already showed that this losing Usyk twice didn't really help his ego either. And then this mediocre win over Franklin, his whole hometown talked about it, man. They wanted to see this. So, it was good for him to do this. Home crowd behind him, cheering him on. Big knockout. Joshua, our knockout of the week, man. Neil, you got anything else to say before we get out of here and see these guys next week?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say good on you there, Joshua. And it did boost his ego for sure. He looked really happy after the fight, which, obviously the last few he wasn't very happy, but this one, it did really look like he's got a little better. He's gonna moving forward with his career. Hopefully he'll keep of him with these fantastic knockouts, and we'll have him on knockout of the week again. You know what I'm saying, Mike?
He's still got a couple years left, man. So hopefully he does bounce back, man. Get this right. Get back in the gym there, Joshua. Getting that confidence, be working off this high, and hopefully we see you back on this show with another knockout of the week. Until next week, guys, you know what it is, man. Knuckle up. Fighting solves everything. We'll see you next time. Peace.